Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Okay, so today we are going to focus on simple self care routines. Mhm. Simple self care routines. That is some of the things you can do or we can do to take care of ourselves. Before we continue, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. You can equally turn on your notification bell in order not to lose out on anything that will be posted subsequently. Let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing that we can do, I have this grouped into, physical, mental, and social. All right, so let's begin with physical self care routines. The first thing that you can do to take care of yourself physically is exercise regularly. Yeah, engage in physical activities like walking, yoga, or dancing. Yeah, something that you like doing. All right, it can be playing football, it can be what have you. Just exercise, just keep your body flexible. Yeah. Another thing is for you to get enough sleep. Some people sleep is like a luxury to them. I do not know why. Some people have insomnia, or others they are just stressed out and they cannot sleep. But we need to understand that sleep is very important for us. So we need to aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Yeah, if you cannot even get up to that, maybe try getting at least 5 hours. Yeah, because it is very important for the brain to rest. But some of us, we just work all through and it is not good for our health. So, sleep is very important. The third thing is eat nutritious food. Very important. Focus on whole healthy foods, okay? Like fruits, like veggies, and whole grains. Instead of doing junk food. Nah, it isn't good. It is not healthy, okay? Eat more of veggies, eat more of fruits, eat a lot of whole grains. This is very healthy and it will help our system. It would also help our appearance. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Okay, the fourth thing is to stay hydrated. Mm. Whew, I do not know why some people find it so difficult to drink water. Yeah, water is life. Yeah, if I can say that, water is life. So please try as much as possible to keep yourself hydrated. Drink a lot of water. It is very important. Yeah, especially drinking this water during the day. All right, it's advisable to drink during the day so that at night you can rest rather than drinking much at night. And when you sleep, you have to constantly wake up to relieve yourself of that much water you already put in your system. I hope I'm making sense. All right, so the second aspect, remember I said I grouped into physical, mental, and social. So the second aspect is the mental and emotional self care. The first was physical self care, the second, mental and emotional self care. How do you take care of yourself? Mentally or emotionally? So you have to meditate or practice mindfulness. Mhm. Take a few minutes each day to calm your mind. Some of us are just too busy that we barely get 5 minutes of lone time to reflect, to get ourselves together, which is not good. So in order for you to be emotionally or mentally stable or upright, you need to make out time for yourself. You need to make out time that you can sit and then you reflect. And when you're reflecting, make sure you always think about the good things that are happening in your life. Okay, for example, you can say, this is the start of the week. What have I done the past week that I have to celebrate? Okay, just think of good things that will make your mind feel relaxed. Yeah. So the second thing is journaling. What this simply means is you should be able to write down your thoughts, your feelings, and gratitudes. Yeah, because Journaling is like you writing some things, or yeah, most things about yourself in a book or in a diary. Yeah, some people do that in their diaries, which is still good. Because when you sit, the moment you sit down to write whatever it is you're writing in your book, it helps you to also reflect. It helps you to also think of what next step you are to take. Yeah. So another thing is to connect with nature. Yeah, the third thing is to connect with nature, spend time outdoors, whether it's walking, hiking, or simply sitting in the park. It is very good. It is refreshing. Most times, especially in the evenings, when you just go out, you go to a quiet place, you sit, and then you feel the breeze, blowing all over your body. You feel the fresh air, you feel the chirping of the birds and all of those. It helps you. That is you connecting with nature, which is very good. So that is another way to take care of yourself. Yeah. Another way that we can do that is to practice self compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. That is just it. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Yeah. Do not beat up yourself. Do not be so hard on yourself that you see only negative things that happen in your life. You fail to see the good ones that happen. All right. Remember that when you are crying that you do not have shoes, there is somebody who does not have legs to wear those shoes. So always have something to be happy for in your life. Yeah, if you do not have a job, at least you have life. If you have a job and you're not well paid, at least you have a job. If you're if you cannot afford to get a house at the moment, at least you have money to rent. If you do not have a car, at least you have your legs, all right, that you can use to walk. So always look for the least thing in your life that you can appreciate, that you can be grateful for, in order not to overwear your to overwork yourself for nothing. Yeah, so that is self compassion and treatment. Okay, then another thing is relaxation and leisure. Yeah, we have talked about physical self care, we have talked about mental and emotional. Now we are talking about the third one, which is relaxation and leisure. Now you can read a book for relaxation and leisure. You can read a book, you can get lost in a book or learn something new. Yeah, I think I am becoming a bit slow in reading now. Back in the days, I could take 3, 4 days and I read a whole book. Yeah, I used to be a lover of books, especially romantic novels and all that. When I see a romantic novel and I do not finish reading it, nah, I haven't done anything. So, reading is very good. I used to read a lot. I'm struggling to, revive that spirit in me, the spirit of reading. Yeah, so reading is another form of self care, because when you're reading and you're glued to what you're reading, it means you really enjoy it. So it is good. Another thing, as far as relaxation and leisure is concerned, is to listen to music. Hmm. A very good aspect that I enjoy doing. You can enjoy your favorite music or discover new artists. Yeah, there are new artists that come up on a daily basis. So there is no way you wouldn't have a song that you will not like. Yeah. And good enough, we have social media where we can get all sorts of songs. We can go to um uh how do they call that? Is it boom play and all of those that we can get good songs from to listen to. It helps. It is, refreshing. It is rejuvenating. Yeah. When you listen to good music, there are times that I can just listen to good music and I sleep off. That is self care. All right. Another thing, as far as leisure and relaxation is concerned, is take a relaxing bath. Mhm. Take a relaxing bath. For those of you who have money, you can take yourself out to a spa. You can get some massage. You can do sauna or what have you. Yeah. So Most times, some of us would look at people who go to these spas and pay to get a good bath as wastage of money. No, it is very important for the skin, for the body, for your health. So, yeah, take a relaxing bath, soak yourself in warm water, and feel calm. Use essential oil and feel fresh. That is self care. So, another thing we can do is engage in a hobby. Do something you enjoy, like painting, like drawing, like crafting, whatever thing. We all have different hobbies. For other people, it can be maybe cooking. Yeah, you can cook. You can cook your favorite dish. For other people, it can be drinking maybe their best wine. Yeah, you can drink. That is self care. Okay, so that is it for relaxation and leisure. The fourth, but not the last form of self care that I routine is social self care. Yeah, under social, we also have three ways that we can take care of ourselves in the social domain. All right, the first one is to connect with loved ones, with either face to face or on phone. Yeah, there are most times when you sit and you're lonely, you feel like talking to someone. The person that comes to your mind that you want to talk to is your go-to person. That is your safe space. So yeah, why not make that call? Why not visit that person? Discuss, it helps a lot to calm your nerves. It helps a lot to bring some joy or some happiness. There are times you might be going through something and you just need somebody that will give a listening ear. If you have somebody like that, do not hesitate to hook up with that person, either on phone or physically. That is it. The second one is join a community. This is a modern era and everything is possible. So participate in groups or clubs that engage or clubs that align with your interests. Yeah, you can have clubs or groups of people that maybe you love doing a particular thing, they too love it. Why not click with them so that you know the bond continues? That is it. The third, which is not which is the last but not the least, is set boundaries. Learn to say no and prioritize your own words. This is, if I could have said, the most important test. Yes, learn to say no. Some of us, we almost, can I say, we want to pressurize ourselves to please people who at the end of the day wouldn't give they wouldn't give a thing if we are not okay. So learn to say no to people politely though. Yeah, learn to say no so that you can equally work on yourself. Okay, so that is part of self-care. That is part of you setting boundaries. Yeah, let people know that, oh, at this time you can do this, you cannot do that, and you have your reasons for that. Other times you can give your reasons, other times if you see that it's not needed, it is fine. But that is self-care. Okay. And as far as self-care is concerned, most people feel like, oh, they can't take care of themselves because they are not that rich. No, you must not be rich for you to take care of yourself. Just look at the tips I gave. Most of these tips do not really involve much money. Take, for instance, you having a warm bath. You can just go to your fireside, you put water, you warm it, you get it in a big bowl. Pour the water on your body. When you come out, you feel fresh. You put on good clothes. You put on, there's also perfumes or deodorants that are quite affordable. Make sure you put that so that you feel you have this very fresh smell. Yeah, so taking care of yourself is very good, and it takes little effort to do that. When you love yourself, you will do anything to to show this love. That is it. So remember, self-care is not a one size fits all approach. What does this mean? This means that what is good for A might be bad for B. What is good for C might not be good for D. What is good for E might be good for F. Yeah, so that is what it means by it is not a one-size-fits-all approach. So you just need to know yourself, study yourself, and then you know what can help you to take care of yourself better. These are just tips that I came up with, but I hope they help one or two. So experiment with different activities and find what works best for you. Yeah, that's just it. What I have given are just tips, are just what I thought of that can work. If you have better things, you can equally leave them in the comment section so that some of us can learn too. Yeah, there is joy in sharing. God loves a cheerful giver, right? Okay, so that is it for our lesson today on self-care routines. How was it, guys? I hope you watched till this level. If you did, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my tips. Thank you so much for watching. And like we do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Equally turn on your notification bell, alright? And if there's any issue or topic you'd like me to handle, just leave that in the comment section. I am here for you. Thank you. See you in the next video. Ciao.